Members of the royal family of Sweden attend a gala in New York City. The Danish royal court releases new portraits of Prince Christian of Denmark. Hereditary Grand Duchess Stephanie of Luxembourg visits the MS Center in Luxembourg City. And King Philippe and Queen Mathilde of the Belgians welcome the President of Portugal to Brussels. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing well. My name is Alexandra, and welcome to your Royal Daily News for Tuesday, October 17th, 2023. This afternoon, Their Majesties King Philippe and Queen Mathilde of the Belgians welcome the President of the Republic of Portugal, Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa, at the Palais Royal de Bruxelles. The purpose of President de Sousa's three-day state visit is to strengthen cooperation between the Kingdom of Belgium and Portugal in various sectors, including digitalization, innovation, and energy. According to the Belgian Royal Court, several meetings with the Portuguese community in Belgium and students are also planned. Her Majesty, Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, visited Blue City in Rotterdam this morning to meet with entrepreneurs who are working on projects that contribute to a zero-waste life. Established in 2015 on an abandoned lot with a giant swimming pool, Blue City is home to 55 sustainable circular entrepreneurs. It is a meeting place for pioneers and enterprising minds where they develop a framework for action, whether to grow their impact, to live a zero-waste lifestyle, or develop a future-proof material. The mission of Blue City is to accelerate the transition from the linear to the circular economy through entrepreneurship. According to RVD, during the visit, the Queen spent time meeting with entrepreneurs who make products based on renewable raw materials. For example, the brewery, Vet and Lazy. The company uses rainwater for the brewing process. The company Blue Blocks makes sheet material from seaweed. Fabulous Fungi extracts pigments from fungi to dye textiles, and the industrial design agency Better Future Factory focuses on recycling and redesigning plastics. After a tour of the building, the Queen participated in a roundtable discussion with Blue City entrepreneurs, along with representatives from the waste processor and recycling company Renewi, Peel Pioneers, and Holland Shipyards. Meanwhile, His Majesty King Willem-Alexander of the Netherlands attended the Radboud University's 100th anniversary celebrations in Nijmegen. Tomorrow, Their Majesties will begin their three-day state visit to lovely South Africa at the invitation of the President, Cyril Ramaphosa. After accepting the high patronage of the Multiple Sclerosis Luxembourg Association last March, Her Royal Highness Hereditary Grand Duchess Stephanie of Luxembourg visited the MS Day Center in Luxembourg City. The center is managed by the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation Luxembourg in collaboration with the Ministry of Family Affairs. According to the Cruel Grand Ducal, during the visit, the Hereditary Grand Duchess met with, quote, multidisciplinary staff who offer physical and cognitive training, as well as fun, relaxing, and creative activities, end quote. Last evening, Her Royal Highness Grand Duchess Maria Theresa of Luxembourg attended a panel discussion on the occasion of the 30th anniversary of the SOS Hunger Luxembourg, a non-profit organization held at the Cercle Cité. Since 1993, SOS Hunger Luxembourg has supported small-scale farmers in 7 countries in Africa in order to fight hunger and poverty in rural areas. SOS Hunger also promotes, quote, responsible consumption for Luxembourg consumers and raises awareness of the existing links between hunger in southern countries and policies led in developing countries, end quote. In Stockholm, Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden was appointed the Goodwill Ambassador for the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, during a ceremony held in the Bernadotte Library at the royal palace. In her role as Goodwill Ambassador, the Crown Princess will work to increase knowledge and commitment to global goals and a sustainable future. Last evening, Her Majesty Queen Sylvia of Sweden, accompanied by Her Royal Highness Princess Madeline of Sweden and her husband, Mr. Christopher O'Neill, attended the 2023 World Childhood Foundation Gala, held at 583 Park Avenue in New York City. Earlier in the day, the Queen and the Princess participated in a high-level meeting at the United Nations headquarters. The meeting focused on the rights and protection of children and young people. In Oslo, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Haakon of Norway attended the 10th anniversary of the Sikt Conference held at the National Museum. The annual Sikt Conference, an initiative of the Crown Prince, gathers young people aged 20 through 40 from all over Norway who are active in the business, entrepreneurial, public, academia, art, sports, media, and cultural sectors. Quote, "The goal is to create a meeting place so participants can learn from each other, test ideas, and discuss common challenges and opportunities in the Norway of the future." End quote. This morning in Copenhagen, the Danish royal court released several gala portraits of His Royal Highness Prince Christian of Denmark on the occasion of his 18th birthday. The images, photographed by Mr. Dennis Stenild, were taken at Frederiksberg Slot at Amalienborg, moments before the prince's glittering gala dinner hosted by Her Majesty Queen Margrethe II of Denmark in the Hall of Knights at Christiansborg Slot. In the portraits, the prince is wearing the Order of the Elephant, which he received from Her Majesty the Queen on the morning of Sunday, October 15th, during a private ceremony. The prince is also wearing the Star of the Order of the Elephant, as well as commemorative medals he received over the years from the Queen. The final set of images, the prince is surrounded by his family on the stairs at Frederiksberg Slot at Amalienborg. Last evening, Her Royal Highness Princess Marie of Denmark attended the annual International Stop Wasting Food dinner held at the residence of the Ambassador of the Italian Republic to the Kingdom of Denmark in Copenhagen. The dinner was organized by the Italian Embassy and the organization Stop Wasting Food and was held in connection with the United Nations International Food Day and the National and International Food Waste Day. Upon her arrival, the princess was warmly welcomed by the ambassador of the Italian Republic, Her Excellency Stefano Rossini, and the founder and CEO of Stop Wasting Food, Ms. Selina Juhl. According to the Danish royal court, the menu was, quote, "prepared from surplus ingredients." The aim of the dinner was to provide Danish and international inspiration for the fight against food waste, end quote. Prior to the dinner, the princess gave a speech noting that reducing food waste is a decisive step in the fight to ensure that everyone has access to food, as well as a healthier environment and a healthier population. On Monday, His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa Bahrain, accompanied by his son, His Royal Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa Bahrain, met with His Holiness Pope Francis at the Apostolic Palace at the State of the Vatican City. During the 35-minute meeting, the King and His Holiness discussed the close bilateral relations between the Kingdom of Bahrain and the Vatican, joint cooperation and efforts to promote tolerance, coexistence, brotherhood, dialogue, and cooperation amongst peoples. According to a press release, the King emphasized Bahrain's keenness on, quote, strengthening the historical ties with the Vatican and promoting global peace and stability through the consolidation of love and harmony, end quote. The King also, quote, fondly recalled, end quote, His Holiness Pope Francis's visit to Bahrain last year and his participation in the Bahrain Forum for Dialogue, East and West for Human Coexistence, alongside the Grand Imam and the chairman of the Muslim Council of Elders. At the end of the meeting, the King and His Holiness exchanged gifts. The King gave His Holiness a crystal vase with a clock containing incense, a photo album of His Holiness Pope Francis's visit to Bahrain last year, and a book about the construction of the new Catholic cathedral in Bahrain. His Holiness gave the king a triptych of the pontificate medallions, a bronze olive branch sculpture, this year's World Day of Peace message, and a document on human fraternity. And finally, in Madrid, His Majesty King Felipe VI of Spain held an audience this morning with members of the Comité de Honor y Principales of the Federación Española de Baloncesto at Palacio Real de El Pardo. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I will be back tomorrow on Wednesday, October 18th, with all the latest world news. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful afternoon and a great day tomorrow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Okay, again, have a wonderful afternoon, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.